Gucci. JayBrick, gang, what's goody?
What's going on?
Man, appreciate you for coming on Rich TV, brother. For real.
Appreciate you for having me.
Nah, for sure.
As soon as you said that I want to fuck, keep having team up.
Yeah.
As soon as you ever y'all want to fuck with, it's like, yeah.
You know we locked in. Goddamn, Brick Wave dropping Friday.
You feel me?
New single that you just dropped, put out. Stop playing, bitch. Stop playing.
Stop playing.
Yeah,
Stop playing.
On SoundCloud. You know what I'm saying? Performing every week. Goddamn, new videos out. Goddamn, you have emotion. That shit really like inspirational. Like you got other artists that's looking. They might not say it, you know what I'm saying? But niggas is looking, niggas is watching, and like to see the way you moving as an artist, bro. That shit really is motivation. Like keep a nigga going.
I
Like,
appreciate that,
for sure. I was gonna ask too. So like the first Brick Wave, you had like you was playing the piano and you was sitting on it by yourself. Then the second one, you got the Snoopy cover, and it's a girl on there now too. So like, what's the concept? And like from the first one to the second one now, like what picture did you want to paint for the people?
So with Brick Wave 1 with the cover, like that kind of sort of shout out to, I cannot think of her name. I'm gonna have to get her name and like I'm gonna shout her out again on my page.
For sure.
She we had did like a photo shoot and that was just how the piano was set up at Ponce at the time. And it just looked hard.
That shit is hard with the jacket and shit.
Like it wasn't even like it wasn't even originally supposed to be like it wasn't shot for a cover, it was just like a photo shoot. And then like I was like, I need a cover. And I had looked at it like shit, that could be a cover. And so I did like put in like little cheat code for niggas that don't have money. Like I use Canva. Like some of my like quick covers and stuff like that, I just hop in Canva. And just, you know what I'm saying, if you fuck around with it good enough, you can make some shit look like you did in Photoshop.
No cap.
I got Photoshop, but like I said, I did that shit from my phone. Like that wasn't too much, so. But like, so I guess like the whole thing with the Brick Wave 2 cover was like kind of sort of like paying homage to the first one, like, you know what I'm saying, with the piano. I just remember seeing like the dude from, I don't know how I even thought about it, like I just like Charlie Brown dude with the piano.
Hell yeah, that's the first thing you think about, like, yeah.
And I was just like, cause when I was making the cover for Brick Wave 2, like some of the early ideas, like it was just like, they were cool covers, but now like, I was just like, nah, that'd be hard. And so I hit up Paper Frank. He did the starter kit cover, my first cover, and then like he was quick to, he knocked out that cover in like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
And them the best people to do business with.
Yeah,
like,
so shout out to Paper Frank. But
sure.
So if I, one day I'm gonna post like the side by side, so the actual cover is from like a piano book that they used to have, like Charlie Brown used to put out piano books. So like,
that's crazy.
Yeah, like I remember, bro, I used to have some of them. I think that's what made me think about it. But like they had like beginner piano books, and like that's the cover. Like it's the actual piano guy Snoopy and the girl from Charlie Brown.
And the girl, that's hard.
I told Paper Frank, bro, make that me. You know what I'm saying?
With the vape jacket on.
Like, that's my dog on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
for sure.
Like people that know I got a dog, it's like, bro, you put Peanut on the cover. I'm like,
yeah, that's hard. That's hard. For sure. We finna get right into it though. So originally you was born and raised in Atlanta.
So born in Decatur, raised in like Ellenwood, DeKalb. So Henry County and DeKalb County. My dad stayed in DeKalb, my mom stayed in Henry County. But the spot in Ellenwood I stayed was like right there where like the border meets.
Yeah.
So like I went to Stockbridge instead of going to Cedar Grove.
Okay. So what was it like? What was your experience coming up in Atlanta? Because I feel like as kids, like we all got different perspective of Atlanta.
So, like coming up, like I was always in the city, but like the main thing kept me in the city was like parades. Like my dad, like a big marching band head. I was in the marching band, and so like we always used to be like in underground Atlanta before it closed. Like we would always like almost like every other weekend go to underground Atlanta. So we would always be in the city, like really taking in music for real, and even then like. Being that my dad stayed at DeKalb, we was always at the MLK versus Southwest DeKalb games.
Oh yeah, no, that's crazy.
So I ain't gonna lie, like my overall scope of Atlanta is music, cause like we was always out there doing something music related.
Was you rapping back then, like, or in high school, or?
So in high school I made a rap song, but that was just cause like my partner had like a mic.
Yeah,
you know
for
how,
sure.
Like, you know how niggas like get the studio equipment, so like we had fucking around, we made a song. I didn't really start trying to rap for real until I got to college, and I wouldn't say I was trying to rap then. Like all my homeboys made, so I made clothes. So I had a brand called Chump Change ATL. Gonna see some of that coming out real soon again.
For sure.
I just took a break from it. Just wanted to reset. But as far as like then, like even in college, like I was really making clothes. So like my homeboys, they made beats and like they had their own setup. So it'll be on some like, bro, I'm finna put together a beat tape, or you know what I'm saying, put together a tape. So like, can you put a verse on? Cause niggas know I can freestyle. So like, folks will like fuck around and be like, bro, come on and like lay down the verse. And then like after a while, like it became like, okay, nigga, like is you rapping for real?
Yeah.
Like that's when like some niggas turned into like, so hey, bro, like you pull up, like can you put this on there like a session? I'm just looking like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Not that I didn't respect them like wanting like money for their time, but that like at that point it was just pure fun for me. So it's like it wasn't nothing that I wanted to invest no money into.
You was still doing the clothes. Like,
I was still doing the clothes. So like once it became that, just like nah, I ain't gonna rap. But then like my partner Thrash, like that's like my recording engineer now. He had got it set up and he just like, nah, bro, you finna rap. Like he just like, bro, you ain't gotta pay shit. Like pull up, like you finna rap. So that's basically
how it started to it, for sure. So when you start the clothing brand? When that first started?
Oh, in 2011. I was doing that shit in high school. So like sophomore year, I started that shit. Like I came with the idea. The end of my freshman year, I actually started making clothes my sophomore year.
So like, what was the inspiration behind that? Because you said you was always around music. So like, how'd you end up getting into making clothes?
So looking at niggas like for real, niggas that did music and made clothes. So like for real was just like that, like the whole BBC Ice Cream, like 2006, 2007, like all that shit was like, that's what I modeled myself after. Like, like a lot of shit I do is like kind of like in homage of that type of stuff. Cause like that was just like, that was when like it wasn't about being a street nigga. It was about being a cool nigga. Like,
and getting money.
Like niggas like Currency, Lupe Fiasco at that time, like NERD at that time. Like you had the street niggas, but like the cool niggas was just like just as much up there with them in terms of like popularity. Like it wasn't, you know, so you ain't had to be on that type of time.
You
like
be yourself.
You feel?
Yeah.
So like when Pharrell started making like the BBC Ice Cream clothes, like bro, that shit fucked me up because like bro was dropping like $200 jeans and $200 t-shirts.
Word.
Like,
and we in middle school.
Bro,
like,
I can't ask nobody for that shit.
Yeah, come on, bro.
like
was young niggas.
And then like my mom, like, you know, that was when online shopping like started becoming like a trend. So she didn't really feel comfortable ordering shop offline anyway because she didn't want to put her credit card information out. So, but now I be buying that shit. So.
Or got to. So like, how was that transition though to like go from the clothes to the music? Because your passion is with the clothes, you know what I'm saying? But now to switch over into music, like, it's like you can't just be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Because like you said, the shit costs money. So like, how was it like that transition to, you know what I'm saying? Because you had to take a break from the clothes and that's your first passion. So how was that?
So it wasn't too bad. Cause I've always been in music. I was in marching band when I was in college. I always played trumpet. So I've always been around music.
Yeah.
So I guess like it wasn't really too much of a hard switch because like that kind of was like what I was probably doing in band is what I'm now doing with rap.
With rap, yeah, for sure.
But like as far as like clothes, it just became like I guess the biggest thing with clothes, like the shit would sell out. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like it would be like, it was like at one point in my life, like clothes was like kind of like my main source of income. So it was just like not really being, like still having to pay for bills and shit and like money that would went towards a clothing project or like putting out some new shit, gotta go towards that. So now like I gotta wait. Now I'm like pushing back deadlines for like dropping clothes to like do that. So like that's kind of what made me like slow down on clothes, just cause I didn't want to half-ass it, cause that's what I felt like I was like about to start doing. Yeah, and you can't be consistent. Like how you feel, cause it get to a point where like when you do shit, you gotta do it like better than the last time you did it. And like I felt like I was getting to a point where like I was finna start doing like some of the same shit, like probably not design wise, but like, the quality wasn't finna be elevated. Like like some of the promotional aspects of it wasn't gonna be elevated. Like, you know, I just wanted to do a lot more with it. So, but it wasn't too bad switching to music, cause No, it wasn't hard.
Yeah, and to go hand in hand, like niggas already could tell that you into fashion just by off of your music image.
That's kind of what made it easy. Like I kid you not, like I've had situations like at Albany State where like dudes that made beats was like walking up to me like, "Hey bro, I got beats," and I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, fuck
like,
that be.
They was like, "Oh bro, you don't rap?" And I'm like, "No."
Hell no.
They'd be like, "Damn." Like, so like it would be times like folks would like legit come up to me and be like, "Bro, you a rapper?" I'm like,
off that image though, like for sure.
Just out the swag. Like,
yeah.
Just out the swag.
Yeah.
Like I walk in, they be like, "Bro," like, and then even when I say I make clothes, they be like, "Oh, it makes sense." Like,
yeah.
Either
like,
one is like it makes sense, but they would definitely like first thing they say like, "Oh, you rap." So it wasn't really hard to transition because like a lot of folks kind of already like looked at me like I could do that.
Like you could already be in that lane, yeah, for sure. So how was it in college though? Cause you said like, wasn't that when the transition came in college?
Now the transition came like when I got out of college.
When you got out of college. So how was it in college? You went to Albany State, right? How was it in school?
Oh, it was cool. Like when I was in school, I only made 2 songs when I was at Albany State. Well, no, I made 3. I made like 3 or 4, but I only made 2 songs that I really like put out there and was like, listen to these shits. One of them was called Back Though. Shout out to my partner 10K. Did that with my partner Bam, RP Bam. And the other one was called Rhode Island. Shout out to Captain Dolo. He made the beat for that. So those were like 2 songs that I made, and those were like the 2 songs that like other people was like, okay, like
that's your foundation.
This sound decent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're just like
your foundation songs, yeah.
So like it was, but even then, like I was just putting them out there. Like it wasn't even like I'm trying to rap. Like, like the Back Though song, like 10K literally came to my room. He played beat. I just like, I want to rap on that. And then like the Rhode Island song, I literally pulled up on Captain Dolo and like he was playing the beat, and I just like, oh, that shit cool. And he was like, want to hop on it? And like that's literally how those songs came about. So it wasn't even that. Like I said, for those to even be like 2 of my popular songs at that time, like it wasn't even like I was taking it serious. It was just like I went and
just did them hoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was your name JayBrick? Was it OAJ?
I know that we not from Atlanta, nigga. What you think them 2 fingers and thumb for? No.